Microsoft Windows promised to revolutionize the way we use our computers, but it seems to have done the opposite. As users begin to experience the new interface, they quickly realize that it's not as user-friendly as promised. In fact, it's more like a nightmare. Pointless Windows is plagued with bugs, crashes and incompatibilities. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Will you be the next victim of pointless Windows? Or will you make the smart choice and avoid it at all costs? Tune in to find out. The choice is yours. Don't let pointless Windows ruin your computer experience. Stay tuned for more information on how to avoid this disaster. Windows 8 was a huge change for Microsoft, introducing a new interface that was meant to bridge the gap between desktop and mobile devices. But it seems that Microsoft forgot one important thing: their users. The new interface was confusing and difficult to navigate, and many users found themselves struggling to find their way around. Microsoft marketed Windows 8 as the future of computing, with a new touch-friendly interface and apps that were supposed to make it more convenient for users. But in reality, it was a complete disaster. One of the biggest complaints about Windows 8 was the removal of the Start menu. Many users were used to using the Start menu to access their programs and settings, but with Windows 8, it was replaced with the Start screen. This change was a major inconvenience for users, as it made it harder to access the programs and settings they needed. The Start screen was a new way to access programs and settings, but it was not intuitive and many users found it difficult to use. It was cluttered and difficult to navigate, making it a frustrating experience for users. Windows 8 also introduced a new way to navigate the interface, using gestures and touch screen capabilities. But this was not well received by users, as it was difficult to use and not intuitive. Many users found it hard to use and often resorted to using the keyboard and mouse instead. In the end, Windows 8 was a failure. It was confusing, difficult to use, and not intuitive. It was a huge change that Microsoft thought would revolutionize the way we use our computers, but it only served to frustrate and confuse users. Many users switched to other operating systems, such as macOS or Linux, as they found them to be more user-friendly and easier to navigate. So if you're thinking of upgrading to Windows 8, think again. It's the most pointless version of Windows and you'll be better off sticking with an older version or switching to a different operating system altogether. Microsoft learned from their mistakes and released Windows 10, which addressed many of the issues with Windows 8 and provided a more user-friendly experience. In this way, Windows 8 served as a cautionary tale for Microsoft and other companies, showing the importance of listening to user feedback and providing a user-friendly experience. The end.